New action expected on Capitol Hill involving the FBI's two notorious anti-Trump texters, with word Lisa Page has a closed-door interview with the House Judiciary Committee tomorrow. One day before Peter Strzok testifies in an open hearing. Congressman Andy Biggs, a Republican from Arizona, sits on the House Judiciary Committee, and he joins us now. Good morning to you. Congressman, can you tell us what you want to know from this woman, Lisa Page, that we've heard a lot about? We've seen the anti-Trump text messages. Why are you bringing her into this closed-door interview?
Well, we need to find out the context of what she was saying. What did she mean when she was saying we got to stop this? What did she mean when she talked about an insurance policy with Andy McCabe? What was going on with Andy McCabe? Tell us about Strzok. Strzok led the HRC investigation. He also led the Russian collusion investigation. What was her role with that, and how did it go? And how much did this actually infect all of these investigations and the outcome? And that's one of the things we're really going to focus on. The FISA warrants again.
Did the Inspector General report not answer those questions for you?
Not fully. Not fully. And so we need to hear from her and to get some expansion on that. I think the Inspector General, he was talking about, and one thing he said, it didn't directly affect decision making, but he said it also indirectly affected it. So we need to nail that down a little bit more as well. The timeline right there where they were trying to speed up right at the end before the election so they could get something out publicly about Donald Trump before the election, that's of interest. And also recently the media role in the investigation, we need to know about that. And so there's some new things in there that we have not heard before.
Do you think she'll answer your questions?
Well, Sandra, that's the real rub, because I think that Peter Strzok was extremely well prepared by his counsel and the FBI counsel as well. I imagine Lisa Page is going to be telling us that there's confidentiality, that there's classified information, and I think it's going to be drips and drabs that come out tomorrow. At least I hope so.
And to be clear right now, she's voluntarily sitting down?
That's my understanding, that she's coming in, and I imagine that she's going to say there's some classified stuff, so we're going to need to come back and have another classified hearing probably as well.
Is that already in the works?
Not yet. We'll have to wait till the testimony, but I would not be surprised.
Okay, so it looks like we might see the same chain of events that we are Peter Strzok, because he first sat down behind closed doors with House members, and now we will see him publicly testify on Thursday. What do you expect from that?
Well, I'm wondering if he's actually going to show. His attorney's kind of walking away from that right now, so let's see if that happens. But we're going to nail him down a little bit more. You're going to have the whole committee is going to be participating, so that will be a more active discussion. And we're going to get, again, did their bias infect the investigations in all three areas? Because don't forget, Strzok was also on the Mueller investigation team as well. So we've got a whole series of things going down, and we want to find, again, where the media was, and Strzok was around when that supposedly took place. So we need to find out more about that. So
what communication was there with Peter Strzok's lawyer that he might not show on Thursday?
He said publicly that he feels like it's kind of the fix is in, if you will, that he's not going to get a fair shake necessarily, and so he wasn't sure he was going to bring him in.
Okay, so nothing new from what we heard last week from his lawyer. Okay, so right now, are you planning on a hearing on Thursday, and that he'll be there?
I'm prepping. I'm prepping my questions, and I know that my colleagues are as well. So we're just assuming he's going to show until we get there, and if he's there, great. If he's not, then we'll have to take the next step.
Well, Congressman, the president on Air Force One just tweeted about this. I'm on Air Force One flying to NATO, and he reports that the FBI lovers, Peter Strzok and Page, are getting cold feet on testifying about the rigged witch hunt headed by 13 angry Democrats and people that worked for Obama for 8 years. Total disgrace. The president clearly has a lot of questions as well. Thank you for coming on the program. Hopefully you come back after you hear from both of them.
Yeah, thanks, Sandra.
Thank you.